Welcome to my world where all is well. I'm the thinker who thinks the thoughts that create things. I'm also the proud queen chief of three kings. Today I want to talk about Mr. White Man. Mr. White Man was denied the job of being the chief of police in St. Louis because of discrimination, according to him and his attorney. Now, Mr. White Man, I have to figure out what his name is. His name is, so I can stop calling. His name was Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sack. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sack scored the highest on the police chief test, whatever that is, the chief of police test. He made a 100% on the test. Now, it came down to 4 candidates for the chief of police for the St. Louis Police Department. 2 of them were black, 2 of them were white. The 2 black candidates refused the position. They was qualified, but they declined the position of the chief of police. So that left the mayor of St. Louis with only 2 white male candidates for the chief of police. She decided to start the search for the chief of police all over again, because the 2 finalists, she only had 2 white men to choose from, and she said St. Louis is way more diverse than this, and she wanted to show more diversity. I personally believe the mayor's heart was in the right place. Yes, we want to show diversity. Yes, in the United States of America, I believe there are more white male chief of police in America than any other demographic in America. I would personally like to see more black lesbian female chiefs of police in different running these police departments. I know one, so I know we got at least one. I know one in the Atlanta, Georgia area that's I haven't got permission to say her sexuality or anything like that, but I know one chief of police that's a black lesbian female, and so I guess we're heading in the right direction. Now, in this situation, Lieutenant, I don't know if it's, am I saying this right? Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sachs is a white male. I personally believe he has been discriminated against. I don't know all the rules and stuff when it comes to being a white man and discrimination. I'm a black female, so I know it from a black female perspective. I do know that I'm considered a person in the protective class. I do not know if the white man is considered to be a part of the protective class that I can recall. As far as I know, a white man is not part of the minority. They are part of the majority. And the majority of the police chiefs currently, I went to my Googleizations and looked it up. The majority, all I looked up, I put in, so I don't know if I put in the right. I put in what color and what sex is the majority of the police chiefs in the so-called United States of America, something like that. I can't remember now, but it's in my Google, and it came up white males. So I would like for that to change. But in this particular situation, I personally feel that Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sachs was discriminated against. The first thing that I think we need to do things better and both differently. I think there should be a hiring board, and the only person who knows the sex, the race, or anything about what the person looks like on this hiring board is the people on the hiring board. I believe the hiring board should give over to the mayor or to the city manager or whoever is the decision making on the hiring process. They should give over, this is who we believe. They should just give the name, or not even the name, because I've heard in some cases people get jobs or don't get jobs based on the name on their resume. So just say, look, this person right here, don't even say if they male, this person right here scored 100% on the chief of police test. That would have been enough for me. What? We have somebody, especially if we ain't never even heard of that or seen that before anywhere else ever in life. He scored, this person scored 100% on the chief of police test. Nobody else who taken this test has ever scored at 100%. Now, number one, I'll be curious, okay, is there any way possible this person could have cheated and got this score? Once that's have been investigated and done over with, and I'm satisfied with the fact that this person did indeed score 100% on this test, No cheating involved. He's just into that. I think personally, for me, that would have been enough for me. I'm like, okay, cool. To put him high on the radar list. I would have been looking at the competition. Well, what was your score? If it wasn't anywhere near close, I mean, I would have to look at other things. Okay, how are you socially? How are you with the community? Did you grow up in the area? It would have to be other okay, education. It would have to be other factors involved that will make me even consider this other candidate remotely close to someone who scored a 100%. I personally feel like he was discriminated against, which is discrimination is wrong. They did a national search. They just didn't do a search to pick out only white male candidates. They did a national search, and he came up. The Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sachs came up to be the one of the last top two, because the two black candidates they declined the job. They didn't give the reason why, but you have every right to decline or accept any job or any position you want to. But I do feel like I don't feel like there was any malicious intent. But I feel like her heart was in the right place, but maybe she didn't think this all the way through, Miss Mayor. I don't think you thought, because I do feel like this is discrimination. Whether he's white, black, gay, straight, crippled, or crazy, I feel like this is discrimination. I really do. To Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sachs, I hope this doesn't discourage you from your process of becoming the chief of police one day, somewhere, anywhere. Maybe St. Louis isn't the right fit for you. If you don't, I would hate to work for an agency knowing that I don't even have the mayor on my side. So that in itself should give you more than enough reason to win your federal lawsuit for discrimination. But I do hope that you continue your path towards becoming the chief of police somewhere. And you got 100%. And I was one of the decision makers. To me, it wouldn't matter what your. I would say, okay, I would be truthful with you. I'll just be honest and straight. I said, look, Mr. White Man, you are a white man. St. Louis have had issues before with racism, discrimination, and things of such nature from the police department. You tell me how me and you, because I want to hire you, Mr. White Man, Mr. Lieutenant Colonel Michael says, I want to hire you to be the chief of police in St. Louis. But I'm scared, as the mayor, all these black citizens see you as the new chief of police in St. Louis, it could cause another uprising. How can me and you work together to calm the citizens down, to let them know, hey, just because his skin color may be white doesn't mean that he doesn't have all of our best interests at heart. And I believe Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sachs may be someone who have all of our best interests at heart. We don't know. Lieutenant Colonel could be married to a black woman. He could have been raised by a black mother. We don't know. Just give him a chance. I wouldn't just say, okay, I only had 2 white candidates to choose from, so we're going to start this search all over again. I think that was the wrong thing to do. Again, I would like to say on them, I don't believe there was any malicious intent. I do not know any of these people personally. I don't know. This is just my personal opinion that I feel like I have the right to express on my public platform called Queen Chief of 3 Kings on YouTube. Oh, thank you. Please, if you don't mind hitting that like button, I appreciate it. If you don't mind subscribing, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And please turn that notification bell. God bless you. Thank you so much. But I do believe he was discriminated against. But Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sachs, thank you so much for having the courage to file the claim. I sincerely wish you the best in every area of your life. I pray you win your federal lawsuit, because I believe that you were discriminated against and this was wrong. And I hope it doesn't discourage you from becoming the chief of police somewhere. Whether you still want to do it at St. Louis or anywhere else, it's up to you. And once you become the chief of police, to the officers who are now under the chief, Michael Sachs, you also have the courage to file a claim if you find that he's participating in any discriminatory acts, which I don't believe would be the case. For some reason, my producer Bruno is barking, so I'm gonna go see what he's barking at. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for turning on that notification bell. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. All is well.